Okay, so this is the My Tribes assignment, demonstrated here. So the kids in my reading class were reading The Absolute True Diary of a Part-Time Indian, and I think one of the cool things about that book is towards the end, so it's the story of this American Indian kid who sort of struggles finding his identity and goes to a white school, and then what he sort of realizes is that he belongs to a lot of tribes. He doesn't just belong to his racial tribe. And so this is sort of like the culminating event in the book, this sort of realization. And I actually saw Sherman Alexie speak, and he talked about this too, like in his own life. And so that was sort of the lesson from the book. And so I had the kids do the same thing. And so they had, I think it was 20. They had to talk about 20 different tribes that they belonged to, and then a thing that I added that wasn't really in his book is that they had to talk about like a plus and a negative. So like, what do you really like about belonging to this group, and what do you struggle with about belonging to this group? And it was pretty free, like they could do whatever they wanted. So some of the kids talked about things like, you know, belonging to a racial group or belonging to a religion, and then you can see examples like so some of the examples that Sherman Alexie gives are like something like, oh, I belong to the people who eat cold pizza. And so like that's a group of people. And so I think she talks about belonging to like hot Cheeto lovers or like mood swingers. So people, and Gabby certainly is a mood swinger. And then hot Cheeto addicts. And so they did that and sort of just talked about all the different groups they belong to. And they have varying things like Darlene. Obviously she did like more collage, but you see the same thing. So it says like what the group is, and then there's what they love about it, what frustrates them about it, and then we had them hang them all around the room, which is why they're still all around the room. And then we sort of did a gallery walk where everyone walked around and sort of like wrote down the most interesting group they thought, like what was a group they never would have come up with, how many groups did they belong to that other kids belong to, and sort of have a discussion about identity. And so that was sort of the purpose of the exercise.